wherever Uranus is going in your chart is where you're going to be liberated, where you'll feel free, and where you'll have dynamic change that was destined, and that's going to make you a better person. So get ready with me while we talk about Uranus moving into Gemini today. I'm in New Orleans, one of my favorite cities, for Jazz Fest. My birthday was this week, so I'm here with one of my best friends, and we're just here to have a good time. I'm applying eyeshadow primer from Sephora. Okay, so Uranus. Everybody's talking about this. Uranus is a planet of disruption, change, liberation, excitement, freedom, and it's the modern ruler of Aquarius. Uranus has been in Taurus, my sign, for the past 7 years or so. And wherever Uranus goes in your chart is where you're going to experience all of those things that I just named: change, freedom, the urge to break through. And so if you're watching everyone's videos, which there's a lot that I've seen out there of astrologers posting that, you want to probably listen to your rising sign, your sun sign too, because obviously when Uranus passes over your sun, or it aspects your sun sign, you're going to experience big changes also, because it's going to change your identity in some way. Gucci bronzer, eyeshadow base over the primer. Let's talk about what Uranus in Gemini will represent. So Uranus will, I think, do much better in Gemini. It's going to be chaotic also a little bit, because Gemini is mutable air. It's very loosey-goosey energy, like not grounded. Wants to move and talk and connect, learn facts. It's anything that is linked to curiosity. That's like Gemini energy, right? So being curious, it's an energy that's a little bit restless. Interesting fact is that some astrologers, if you know about essential dignity, like where planets are comfortable, like in the signs that they rule and all that stuff, then some astrologers think that Mercury is exalted in Aquarius, means that it's like it does really well there. When you think about that, when you think about Mercury, the Gemini Mercury energy, and then Uranus energy teaming up, because Uranus is going into Gemini, then that can bring like genius. That can bring a lot of advancements. It can bring a lot of progress in terms of technology and travel and communication. I definitely think there's going to be like language technology advancements. Like I think this is the era where, you know, even if you don't speak another language, we'll be able to communicate with other people from other countries. You already have the meta glasses, all that stuff. I think that will start to be incorporated into technology to where you don't really have to learn a language, because it'll do the translations for you real time. I think this is going to happen. Some people might not be excited about that, but I am, as someone who loves to travel. You can expect some changes in social media itself. I think Uranus in Gemini might bring up like an influx of new social media platforms, or some changes, some innovation, but ultimately, I don't know if that's going to be necessarily good for our nervous system. I think we're already overwhelmed, we're already overstimulated. So when I think about the kind of negative or difficult side of this energy, it's being overwhelmed. It's too much communication, it's too much connection with people, and information being out of control, information sharing that's speedy, and you know, it's almost like we can't catch a breath. So it's going to be really, really important for you to ground yourself. Tightlining with this is Westman Atelier. Just keep that in mind. So there's going to be positive things, Dior eyelash primer, but you're going to have to really protect your peace in some ways and choose when to turn things off. Now, Uranus can liberate. It can. One thing about Uranus energy is that if there's somewhere in your life that's stagnant and kind of like going along and you don't know what to do, it will come and bring change to that area, whether you're ready or not. Now, the thing about Uranus transits is Uranus rules unpredictability. So it's really hard to predict what is going to happen when Uranus moves into a sign, because it rules unpredictability. That's one of the things that Uranus is connected to. But you know it's going to be changed. So Dior, this is their Forever Glow foundation. Foundation is not the glow, it's the matte version. I'm going to be outside all day in the sun, so it has SPF. If you are having a Uranus transit to an angle, so if, let's say, if you're a Gemini rising, so if you're a mutable sign, Gemini, Sagittarius, Pisces, or Virgo, you're going to have this Uranus aspect happening to your angles, the angular houses in your chart, and they're the houses that are the most visible. They rule, your first house rules yourself, your personality, your body, your 7th house rules your relationships, the 4th house rules your home and family, and the 10th house rules your career. So let's go through Uranus through the signs. I'm doing this from my head, so bear with me. Aries. So Uranus, Gemini rules your 3rd house of communication, short distance travel, learning, education, Chanel concealer, Hourglass concealer brush. This rules your mind. Something about the way you think is changing, something about the way you communicate is changing. There might be changes to, if you have siblings, there might be something about that relationship that will change or evolve. You might travel a lot, Aries. Also while Uranus is in your 3rd house, be careful, because the 3rd house rules transportation and Uranus is unpredictability. So you want to drive slower. Be more responsible. Like, let the transit, anticipate what's happening so you can be just more aware. Taurus, Uranus is going into your 2nd house of income. It's Taurus rising. Values, all of that. It's been in your sign. So if you're a Taurus person, there'll be a lot of planets in Taurus. You're someone who's completely transformed over the last 7 years. A lot has changed in your life, and it might feel uncomfortable. Now, finances, and Taurus is about value, so make sure that you're knowing your worth. Make sure that you're getting your money in order. Sometimes Uranus can bring, large sums of money in, but it also can make it go out, out of nowhere, like if something needs to be fixed or there's some sort of emergency. So this is a good time to plan and save. Gemini, Uranus is going into your 1st house, Gemini rising. You are changing. You're about to go through what Taurus went through, except you're going to be able to handle it better because you are a sign that deals much better with change and flexibility. It's a mutable sign, mutable air sign. So it's just an energy that is just more, it's more conducive to your personality. Also in Cancer. So Cancer rising, this energy is going into your 12th house. And the 12th house is about rest, recuperation. It's our subconscious. It's things that are hidden and deep. It's our away place. Chanel loose powder. For you, this change is happening on a subconscious level. So it might not be something that where a lot of change comes to you outwardly or to your life or that people notice, but it's something that you notice. This is a time where you can address your fears, where there might be insights of things that happen to you that maybe you suppressed that you kind of remember and you're like, wait, and you have to deal with and address them now. Leo, this energy is going into your 11th house and Leo rising. And the 11th house is about socializing. It's about networking. It's our hopes and our wishes, our dreams, the money we make from our career. And this energy can be really exciting. This is a time for networking. It also rules your friendships, Gucci bronzer, your friendships and your network. So that is about to change. Basically, you're about to meet a lot of new people. And this is also a good time for you where what you think you want for your life might change, your hopes and your wishes. It might start to look different. And it could be something that happens overnight or some insight that happens. But that's all changing. Virgo rising. This energy is moving into your 10th house of career. So I've been having a lot of Virgo clients, Virgo rising people who have coming to me. And I'm like, look, your career is about to have a major overhaul. Something is going to change about the way you're showing up in the world, your status, your reputation. Because the 10th house is not just career. It's also just how people view you outwardly, right? Not like the rising sign. The rising sign is more of every day, your mask, even when you're going to the grocery store. The 10th house is more of this outwardly persona, professionally, how people perceive you, even on social media, what's your reputation. So that's about to change, to get disrupted. Something will be liberated about that for you. Libra rising, this energy is going into your 9th house. And the ninth house is about, you know, travel and foreign lands and education on a large scale, or like a broad scale, like higher education, foreigners, legal issues, what else? Marketing, promotion, think all of that for ninth house. And so when Uranus goes here, honestly, just your philosophy about life is changing, your insights. It is a very spiritual house in a different way than the eighth house, where Uranus has just left your eighth house. And so it might have brought like some deep, more uncomfortable things, or just, you know, heavy things, or things financially, potentially not all bad. But now it's almost like you have a new lease on life in some way. Your philosophy is changing. And so because your philosophy is changing, your life will change, because you'll be moving differently. And Uranus is trining your first, it's making a positive aspect to your first house of self while it's in that location. So it can be, you know, almost like liberating, like you feel like a breath of fresh air in some way. I hope Leo rising. Scorpio rising, or Scorpio. Uranus is going into your eighth house. Now, it just left your relationship house, and the eighth house deals with money shared with other people. This is the Merit eyebrow products. Uranus in the eighth house can bring money topics, but on a larger scale. Think like debts and taxes and credit cards, all of those things. Now, it can be a time of investment. It can mean that you have large sums of money that are coming in, or large sums of money that are going out. Knowing Scorpio people with Scorpio planets, you're probably all about your coins. So hopefully it's a positive thing. Or large sums of money. Also, on a psychological level, things are going to be changing for you. Also, deep insight. Sagittarius rising. This energy is happening in your seventh house. You're going through the relationship changes like I was talking about. Ilya Blush, seventh house, changes are coming to your relationship. But I think this might be exciting for Sag rising people, or Sagittarius, because you guys like change. You like meeting people. Even if you're not like an outgoing people person, I think also, again, because it's mutable energy, you'll be able to deal with this better than the Taurus, Scorpio people. So embrace the change and have fun. Capricorn rising, this is happening in your sixth house. The sixth house of work, service, health, routine. So changes are going to be coming to your workplace, your coworkers, colleagues. There might be changes happening there, new people coming in, a new way of working, new systems. You might shake up your routine in some way, like suddenly start doing something new that you're like, oh, I need to start doing this. I don't know what that looks like for you, Capricorn rising, only you know. It's something about the way you live every day is changing. Chanel highlighter from their latest collection. Aquarius, Uranus is your modern ruler. So this is kind of a big deal. Whenever Uranus changes for you, you are affected because you are connected to Uranus. So this is happening in your fifth house of play and fun and romance and dating and children. So if you have children, there might be, you know, your children might be something about the way they live is changing, or they're being liberated. Maybe they're leaving the nest. And something that your life is about to change in a big way. For those of you who got children, this can bring romance into your life if you want to date, romance and fun, or just like meeting a lot of different people, connect with and date. I can't tell you what this mascara is because it's a lab sample, but it's really good. Dating might be fun and flirty. You also may have the desire to like start a new like hobby or something like out of the blue that you're like, oh, I've always wanted to do XYZ, and then you're like, finally do it. So that can be fun and exciting. Ilya lip sketch in Tableau. This is the shit. Holy grail, y'all. If you like MAC chestnut, you'll love this. It's Pisces, this is the Chanel, like it's like the duo lip product that is long wear, but it's glossy, you'll see. Pisces, so this is happening in your fourth house of home and family. So something is definitely changing about your living situation over the next 7 years. You might actually move. You might, and it might be a big move, or it could be a small move. Something about your family structure is changing. Maybe some of you are expanding your family. Something with your parents, your mother. maybe your mother starts to change, or it could just be that, you know, some insights about your family in general start to come up that you like, oh, I never knew this about my family. And it's like shifts you in some way. But there's something about your foundation and like your inner world, because your fourth house is also like emotionally how things affect you. So that might just change. And it might be like a big, like, liberating thing or something that you like never imagined. And, you know, here you are, this new person, and it's based in your, it's connected to your roots. This is the glossy side. Your roots and your ancestry in some way. This is a good time to maybe explore your ancestry, get reconnected, reacquainted. Lipstick trick. Don't worry, I'm about to wash my hands. But let's see more how this looks in the light. Hey, Jazz Fest OOTD. I have on a Farm Rio jumpsuit. It's an outdoor festival, but it might rain today later. So I have on Gucci boots. Probably not the best, but I don't have that many boots that are like comfortable. These are like some of my favorite boots. So that I'm giving a little summertime, but then I'm protected from the rain. So, and I have a Longchamp bag that has my essentials that I need for the day and a travel umbrella. And this is how it's looking outside in New Orleans today. It's pretty bright and sunny.